Hello, I'm here. We can start. Okay. I need to find some good stories. So unfortunately today 2K is unable to come. He's got something to do. So it's just me again. How's everyone doing? Is everyone doing okay this past week? I know I just streamed yesterday, but it's great to ask. It's a good thing to ask if how's everyone doing, you know? Good, nice. So yeah, today, okay, time to lurk, I gotta help my dad. Alright then. So, time to start reading Am I the Asshole? Stories and see if OP is the asshole. I actually don't know which stories are should I look at. Jesus. It's so strange. Most of them are like about pregnancy though. It's a little difficult. I'll look for these. Okay, I think I found a pretty interesting story now. Am I the asshole for not telling my family about my emergency surgery? Okay. Throwaway for obvious reasons. They are a 29-year-old female. They've been in a committed relationship with a woman for a while now. They recently moved in together and they haven't told their parents that they haven't told her parents that she was moving. She moved in with her long-term girlfriend into her apartment. She also told them about the long-term girlfriend. I haven't told them about the girlfriend. To make the long story short, the parents were religious, are religious actually, and a bit homophobic. So they've kept, so this, the OP has kept their dating life a secret, and she hasn't come out yet. So they had an emergency appendectomy because of the appendicitis. They had no idea that it was that bad until she ended up in excruciating pain. So her girlfriend was with her at the whole time and asked if she wanted to tell her parents. And she said it was okay to tell her sisters, they know about the girlfriend, but not the parents. So she obliged. The sisters confronted OP and said that it's wrong to keep their parents out of the loop about such a serious surgery. To be honest, the reason that OP didn't want to tell them was because they'd come to her home during her recovery, and her girlfriend now lives with her. So she can't deal with the extra stress of being in recovery and answering a million questions and hearing a sermon about her relationship is wrong. In the meantime, she wants to have a smooth recovery with her girlfriend, she is a nurse, and she is obviously more willing to take care of her. Is OP the asshole for not telling her parents about the emergency surgery? I don't think this is an asshole move if you know that your parents will not approve of your sexuality. I mean, sure, it's a big surgery, but it's just that it's just that you're in a relationship with a girl and you know that your parents will definitely oppose it, and your girlfriend would be there with you for the surgery. So yeah, I don't think you're the asshole, because there's no way in hell that your parents would ever approve of it. Your parents should actually understand that, like, sexuality can't be changed. Who you're attracted to can't be changed. Yeah, I don't think OP is an asshole. I don't think they're an asshole. I don't think anybody's an asshole in this situation. Because the parents have their reason, because they're religious, and they have their certain opinions for things. But then OP, oh god. But then OP also has her own reasons that she can't tell her parents. Just being afraid of having to deal with, like, the badgering of parents, like, who the heck are you dating this person? Like, just nagging. The nagging is definitely a thing. So yeah. Oh. This was posted 11 hours ago. Am I the asshole for reporting a guy who made girls uncomfortable to our school? So OP is hoping that this isn't too long, but they made an account specifically to get this off their chest, so it'll probably turn into a long rant. So, long story short, OP is a 14-year-old female and found out a certain guy, a male that is 14 from their school, was basically stalking girls. He would find random girls' social medias and basically make girls so uncomfortable that they would block him. He even sent a girl a picture of her house. He would find their accounts and repeat the process. Eventually, he would end up blocked on all the girls' social medias and would turn to her school email system to continue contacting her. The school email system is set up to where you can't block any emails from inside the district from emailing you. He would contact the girls, including OP, after he had been blocked everywhere. OP asked the school to look into it. OP sent an email with screenshots as proof to two of the vice principals. One of them didn't respond, and the other one said he would look into it. OP was doing remote school, and the school was doing in-person school. If OP didn't have a friend in the office, OP wouldn't have never know what happened. Apparently, they called the kid into the office and eventually decided that OP had blown it out of proportion and that it wasn't serious. All OP wanted was for them to scare him into stopping or have his email shut down or something. They didn't do anything and basically made OP look stupid. OP is thinking about this for a few months later and still can only cringe because they've never felt so invalidated. None of OP's friends wanted to help her report the dude, and some of their parents said she was making a big deal out of it. It really hurt the people who are supposed to keep. It also really hurt to have the people who are supposed to keep OP safe at school basically call her an attention seeker. OP knows that she should be able to be comfortable at school, but every time OP sees him, she regrets it even more in that she tried to stand up for herself and other girls. He doesn't know that it was her that reported him, but she thinks he can guess it was her. Is OP wrong? Was it not a big deal? Should she have ignored him and moved on? To be honest, I think the school system is fucked right there because they didn't care to think about like how the girls would feel. Like if it really actually made the girls uncomfortable to even be with that male student, yeah, I think it should have been a big deal. Like for the school to even say it's like you're blowing it out of proportion is really stupid. Schools, like, whoever was it, the vice principal or the principal, they're the asshole for not actually validating your opinion. That's stupid for. And like her parent and her friends, like, come on, you gotta find some new friends. Your friends are not that supportive. God, get yourself some new friends. And then some of the parents that said OP was making a big deal out of this situation, like, those parents should get a taste of their own medicine of like how OP is making this a huge deal. This is not making a huge deal. Like, those parents are stupid too. And also, I hope the dude gets some help. Because you shouldn't be stalking girls. Figuring out where they live. And trying to go, like, stalk every single one of their social media accounts. That's just really creepy. The school should have done something. Let's see here. OP, actually. Okay, let's see. In the comments. OP says that they might want to contact the police if the male student ever talks to them again. The other girls that have been harassed by this one male student are not interested in standing up for themselves because they think nothing would change And OP basically proved their point when the school didn't even listen to OP. Yep. Hmm. Hmm. Am I the asshole for telling my boss no? Let's see here. OP works a fully remote job, and a month ago they got a new boss. The boss is great, and the whole team loves her, and she's the sweetest person. The whole team is remote and spread out across the continent. The rest of the company is based out of the headquarters and have started to return to the office. Since they are a remote team, 3 people with the same job title as OP get together virtually on Monday mornings to have a little coffee chat. They talk about their weekends and if any deadlines are coming up or that they may have forgotten about, or maybe once a month or so. They talk about how they want to address the issue as a team with their boss. Nothing serious ever, just like they realize, in quotation marks, they all realize that they didn't know what the process was for XYZ. Can you remind them as a group instead of having to do it 3 times separately? This has been an ongoing meeting for the past 2 years that OP has been in the company. All of their bosses have known and have encouraged, knowing that they miss out on the traditional water cooler chats or coffee runs during the week. The management team has a coffee chat that she is a part of while they are still returning to the office in waves, but it will be phased out as soon as they are all fully vaccinated. One of OP's co-workers casually mentioned the meeting because it's a very ingrained part of their work life that they wouldn't think about twice. OP's boss has asked casually if she could be invited so she could get an idea of process. The group talked about it and decided that they really wanted time for just them. They explained that we don't really talk about the process in the meeting, it's just a coffee chat, and they definitely include her in any important meetings. The boss emailed again today wanting to set up a standing full team meeting and asked if the team should just use the Monday morning time or set up something else. OP again mentioned that it wasn't a formal meeting and it was fine to set up a second meeting. The boss mentioned that she wasn't invited to the all-manager coffee talk meeting, but she would set something up in the calendar for them as a whole team anyways. Now OP feels bad that she feels excluded, even though it should be her manager to include her in the all manager meeting, right? Is OP the asshole for not inviting her boss to the colleague only catch up meetings? Nah, I don't think so. I don't think you're obligated to invite your boss to every single thing, honestly. I really don't think so. Cause like if the boss actually wanted to be a part of a meeting, like all you gotta do is just ask. If you get declined the meeting, then yeah, just take it as a no. Like, and also especially the all manager meeting, if it's up to the boss's own manager to be included in the all manager meeting, like the boss could actually just ask their her own manager if she could be included in that meeting. If her manager says no, then she should just accept it. But yeah, there shouldn't be necessarily any, like, the boss not obligated to like be in every single meeting. They don't have to be in every single meeting that there is. So I mean, it's all good if the boss is already included in the formal meetings, but the meeting that you're talking about is just basically an informal meeting, which you don't need to include your boss in. So yeah, you're not the asshole for saying no. What is this? This was posted 2 hours ago. Okay. Am I the asshole for making a poor kid pay for my daughter's phone, which they broke? So OP's daughter is very wise with flipping things for profit. So she will buy things off of Facebook Marketplace and make it look new and sell it for profit. As such, she earns her own money and is able to buy things that she would like to buy. She recently bought a new iPhone 12 as her old phone was slowing down and having many issues. About a week ago at her school, one of her classmates asked to see it, and she handed it to him, and he looked at it for a few seconds and before accidentally dropping it. Upon hitting the floor, the screen cracked. When OP arrived to pick her up, she told me what happened, and she advised her to go to the principal about today. They had a meeting with the family of the kid, who begged us not to make them pay for it as they were in a bad financial situation. OP told them that I did not believe it would be fair to make her daughter pay for damages to her property that she didn't cause. In the end, they split 50-50, but is OP the asshole for not paying for the replacement? I mean, 50-50 is pretty fair, actually. Like, it's not like you're asking the kid's family to pay in full, like, hold up. But the only thing is, how cracked is the screen, though? And also, did your daughter even think about, like, I don't know, put on a protective case? If she didn't even dare to put a protective case, then she's just being reckless about it, honestly. Honestly, like, if the screen crack was just like a teeny tiny bit, like, why would that bother you? I mean, heck, I have like a few screen cracks on my phone, and that doesn't bother me. Like, in the end, it should be, you're not the asshole, but in the end, it should be as, you should teach your daughter to actually be careful about letting someone touch something of, like, one of her things, her property. So her phone will be her property. So, like, if you're letting someone, oh god, my mom's calling. sorry. My mom just called. All of a sudden. Okay. Let's see here. But yeah. I think it would have been a great lesson to teach your daughter of being careful of lending, like giving a phone, like a personal property, to someone. Like, once it's in their hands, like, anything could happen. Like, they might drop the phone by accident and stuff. And also, you need to teach your daughter that, like, hey, something as expensive as an iPhone 12, you need to protect that shit, you know? Like, if the phone didn't have a case or like a screen protector, then at that point, the daughter needs a lesson too. Like, there's also a good lesson to the daughter's classmate that, hey, if you're touching someone else's property, like, be careful with it. If you drop it and it breaks, it's on your responsibility. So yeah. I'm gonna have one last story to talk about here. Am I the asshole for taking my daughter's violin away? So, OP's daughter is 15 and OP is 38. And they moved into her boyfriend's house a month ago, and the boyfriend's 56. They have been only dating for 3 months and wanted to take the next step further in their relationship. So, when they moved in, the OP asked her daughter to respect that this is her boyfriend's home and to be respectful towards him. So since this is in New York and it's a New York apartment, the space is limited. So every time when her daughter practices violin, everyone else can hear. This has proved an annoyance to OP's boyfriend, and one of his house rules is that she must practice when he's not home. Flash forward to last week. OP woke to her playing away. The boyfriend is already at his desk working on a project for work, and he says he's so annoyed and can't focus right now. The boyfriend goes in her room and asks if she forgot the house rules. She retorts that she has a virtual audition in a couple hours and needed to practice. OP tells her to not wait until the last minute to practice, but she did so anyway. It was 7 and her boyfriend's work presentation was at 9. The daughter's audition was at 10. So OP tells her to wait until he leaves the house and she'll still have time to warm up. They leave her room, and soon after she hears the plucking of the strings and obviously moving her bow. Her boyfriend goes in again and tells and she tells him to go to the lobby and work there. OP didn't like her daughter's tone. She clearly wasn't going to stop making noise, so OP ends up taking the daughter's violin and bow away until the boyfriend leaves for work. Her daughter is so mad that she's shaking when OP returns her stuff back. The daughter says she needed to do more than warm up and threw a tantrum before her audition. Now it's a week later and she found out that she didn't make it into the orchestra. She has locked herself in her room and calls her stepfather Hitler and doesn't talk to OP at all. Is OP the asshole? OP was reacting to her disobeying a clear directive from OP. OP was reacting to her daughter disobeying a clear directive from her, and she was also disrespecting the man that OP loves by kicking him out of his own home. The lobby of the apartment is used a lot and poses a health threat to the boyfriend and needs to give 100% as job. Also, the daughter has plenty of time to practice before the day off. Let's see. There's a lot of problems with this one though. So, let's see here. The one major thing that concerns me is the first thing that you tell the daughter when they move in is that this is the mother's boyfriend's house, and it's not their home anymore. Here's the thing, once you move into someone's place, that's considered as your home from then on. Because you will be all living together. But by placing that boundary, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't even make sense to place a boundary like that. Like, you guys agreed to move in together, so that means it's also you and the daughter's place as well, not just the boyfriend's at this point. But it looks like from what I'm reading is that the boyfriend had no idea that the daughter plays violin, so when he first heard it, he gets annoyed. I feel like before even moving in together, there should have been a discussion about, hey, just to let you know, my daughter plays violin. Like, is there a place or time that needs to be set before we move in for her to practice peacefully and without disturbing anyone else? And like the thing about it's like, what it seems like, so the rule is that she must practice whenever he's not home, so I'm assuming it's whenever he leaves for work, that's when she could practice. But, the thing is, like, yeah, she has this leeway of like 7 to 8 hours of practice time. She is 15, right? So I'm pretty sure around that same time is when the daughter has school. So the daughter wouldn't have that much time to practice. when the boyfriend's gone, it's also her time to go to school. So that gives the daughter only about like an hour or two to practice. Which is not too bad of an amount to practice, actually, but if it sounds like on the weekend that the boyfriend is there the whole time, there's no way in hell that the daughter could even practice because the boyfriend's at home the whole time. So you're the asshole. OP is the asshole for taking away the instrument. Taking away an instrument right before an important audition is not the thing you should do. Like that gives the musician even more anxiety than they actually have. Like I used to play violin from elementary school to middle school, and auditions are really like, it gives me anxiety. Like I'm nervous. Even performances also give me anxiety too. It's like, even though like, even if you practice like the most amount of times, you still have anxiety till like the day of the performance / audition. And like people, like practicing the day of is not last minute because it's not just warming up, it's also like to reinforce and to like solidify, like to see if you got the technique down, and maybe you could try like a new technique that may actually be better for the audition or something like that. Like it's not last minute. That is just BS though. Really BS on the mother's part. And also, what surprises me is that you prioritize your boyfriend that you've known for 3 months over your own daughter that you gave birth to and raised for 15 years. You should prioritize your daughter over your 3-month boyfriend there. So, you're the asshole, OP. You are definitely the asshole. But yeah, that's the last one.